Oh man, TV's loud. Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube, man. And it's about time we get this thing started, man. Finally, once and for all. Oh man. Hold on for a minute. Technical issues on my side. Playing the game and accidentally hit the inputs. Alright, so yes, it's another Talk and Play. Finally, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube. And it's been a good minute since we had a good Talk and Play, man. And I think this week has given me an opportunity to get a little bit more in. And I think that y'all gonna like this episode a lot because I go into a lot of topics big time, man. And I am going to get the easy stuff out the way first before I start talking about the big stuff. And I just want to go ahead and start talking about how this one topic right quick, man. It's the Sonic Forces. I know I put that in the title always, and I always talk about it in the beginning. But it's Sonic Forces, man. That's like the little news, man. It's all. So let's go ahead and talk about the Woolly Strike Back and why I posted that video. Oh my God! If y'all hear any noise in the background, it's my annoying sister in the background. Oh God! I'm sorry, guys, man, for this. I'm sorry, guys, for that. I had to pause the stream and get things situated. My sister don't know that she got an inside voice, so anywho, I want to go ahead and get started on the video, man, because I do really want to talk about this stuff, man. It's actually a good video for us today, and I really just want to go ahead and, you know, talk about all this stuff, man. It's been this whole week. I haven't had a chance to talk about it yesterday. Today, I took the day off to take a little break, because tomorrow I'm going to be in class, and, you know, there's the reason why I chose this time to talk about it, man. I have all the time right now to talk about it. So, okay, we're going to start off with Gamescom, because I think that's the biggest thing to get away. Gamescom got a bunch of little mini subjects, and it's all concerning Nintendo. This is what I want to talk about from Nintendo, man. I got some issues and some say-sos on it, and I just want to go ahead and just give out my honest opinions. I ain't going to hold nothing back for this whole thing, man. It's just going to be a good, honest game, Talk and Play. So, without further ado, my first concern coming out of Gamescom is the fact on Skyrim, man. Since Skyrim was the big attraction that Nintendo had, and for some odd reason, people was talking about Skyrim the whole week with Nintendo. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about some of the stuff that happened yesterday, man. It was a lot of stuff that happened on yesterday. I'm like, oh God, I sound like Donald Trump right now. Give me a minute. Like, we had an ARMS announcement yesterday. We also had some Mario and Rabbids stuff to talk about. The thing I want to get out the most today is Skyrim thing, because I thought it was kind of cool that Nintendo actually brought Skyrim to Gamescom. You know, and we haven't heard so much from this game since E3 basically, and I'm glad that somebody at Nintendo decided, hey, look, let's just bring Skyrim to Gamescom. And you know, I thought it was cool and all that they brought Skyrim to Gamescom. And people who have played it at Gamescom are coming out really impressed. So I am happy about that, man. I'm hearing a lot of positivity coming from a lot of guys upstairs, man, about Switch version of Skyrim is running. Of course, you're going to hear it from Digital Foundry's big mouth, because, you know, every time you talk about power or specs, you know, they got to have their own word and edgewise in. So, Skyrim is looking fantastic, and it is confirmed to be the special edition on Switch, which I don't know why Bethesda didn't say anything about it. If it's a special edition and you want people to play this stuff, man, you gotta let them know that it's a special edition. People are saying that the architecture for the game is looking more special edition. It's running well, and they are liking what they're seeing, and that's good to hear because I was kind of scared for Skyrim to be like this washed down last gen port of the game because people assume if it's coming to Switch that means it's the low end of the spectrum of the game, man. It's not the actual game that everybody thought. It's just a port of the game, like it's just another weaker port of the game. So I'm glad to hear that they are having like a great time with the Switch, getting the game optimized for the Switch. I always knew that the game was going to be good on the Switch because it's Nintendo. They maintain that control, man. So they want that game to be fully fledged, and it's surprisingly more if it's a special edition they're talking about. I'm just happy that Nintendo's getting the third-party support it's truly deserved. I'm glad that Bethesda's pulling their weight on like a certain company, Capcom. And it's nice to see that Nintendo's getting the third-party support that they been wanting all this time, man. It is a blessing to see, and I hope that Nintendo gets more of this. So moving on from the Skyrim news, we got ARMS coming up, man, with some big news. So for about a week now, Nintendo's been teasing us with a new character, man, for a long time, man, and we finally got that new character. Oh, you bitch. The new character was named, what's her name is? Lola Pop, and oh my god, where do I even begin with this one? Personally, I think that Lola Pop is an amazing character. I'm not saying that just to be an ARM apologist, but she is an amazing character. She got a lot of mobility on her side this time. Like she can inflate. It's a lot of defensive stuff that she can do that others don't. And her arm set that they have for her is totally brand new. It's definitely arms, and her arm set is like, how can I say, so unique to her. It's such a beautiful set. Like she had these nunchucks, she had this shield. It looks fantastic, and I really do. I wish I had Switch so I could play that game. I wish I had Switch so badly so I can play ARMS. I'm missing out on some good games without having a Switch, man. Cause I want to play Splatoon, I want to play ARMS. It killed me when Splatoon came out because I'm a big lover of Splatoon, and hello, I do not have Splatoon on Switch or Switch, but. Well, all this DLC and stuff coming out for both games, which I'm about to get into a second for Splatoon. I think that Nintendo really knows how to keep their new franchises up with new content. Just like keep on posting up with new content. We're in this day and age where developers don't even give you new content anymore. They just expect you to buy their game. But with that said, I am truly loving that Nintendo has kept their promise with ARMS. Because a lot of people are saying, hey, look, ARMS dead because Splatoon's out. Nintendo needs to fulfill the wishes of other games besides ARMS, stuff like that. All that crazy crap. People been sprouting. Personally, I'm in love with the fact that Nintendo is trying hard with ARMS. And they're still putting out content. New stage, new characters. That's all I ask for Nintendo to do. And they're still doing it with ARMS. So, and in terms of Splatoon, I knew they was going to do it with Splatoon because, hello, Nintendo did it with Splatoon last time. What, did you honestly think that Nintendo's going to leave their new IP that succeeded so well on the Wii U and this sequel drowned, like Stranded? I really do love the DLC. They have another ship stage, and as soon as I saw that ship, I was like, oh my god, Call of Duty Black Ops, because I keep forgetting the name of the stage. I wish I can remember it, but that stage that had the ship and was like it was a good stage that reminded me of. I wish I freaking remember that stage. Good lord, what's that stage name? Okay, wow. I'm glad that Nintendo is looking at other shooters and taking concepts for Splatoon, because that's how you keep a game fresh. And I really do like the fact they're still adding on the Horde mode. Nintendo, when in the heck are you gonna freaking make a horde mode like something like just straight up like a norm. You know, stop treating it like this is restricting us from playing it, man. People love your horde mode, and that salmon run mode is like the main attraction to Splatoon right now, man. And y'all treating it like, oh yeah, man, they're squids, they need a job, they need something to do besides Splat Wars. No, they need to play that salmon run every day, and we all need to play a salmon run. I heard so many good things about salmon run, and I'm glad they're still adding content onto it. They added on a new map. I thought it was gonna be like a new style, but it's still the same style as the other maps. I don't like the style of the other maps as much, but that new stage is called Lost Legacy, something like that. And oh my, it's like a little square in the middle of the stage, and it looks like, oh wow. I really do like the concept behind the stage. I wish that Nintendo would put some themes to these stages, man, for Salmon Run, man. I do really love the look of Salmon Run, and I wish the concepts that the stage that they give the stages, man, would just blend in a little the Salmon Run, man, because I'll be honest with you, the Salmon Run stages did not impress me as much. But I really do really like the mode. I'm still glad that Nintendo's still supporting both Splatoon and on the same time. And I do like the DLC and the content that they're putting out for it. So with ARMS, Splatoon out the way, and Skyrim, what that leaves for Nintendo else at Gamescom? Oh, I got a bunch more to talk about. And okay, the big one. So we got Final Fantasy 15. We got Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition. Okay. We got Final Fantasy Pocket Edition. Tell me how Square thought they was being funny and teasing the Nintendo fans with a Switch version of Final Fantasy 15, or just a Final Fantasy game in general, man. They was talking about it with on Switch live stream. They was talking about, oh yeah, man, we have something playing with a console that everybody. It kind of rhymes with your guys' names. They were saying Twitch, and everybody like Switch. Oh snap! What do they got playing for Switch? And it got me curious. I was like, yo, what's going on with y'all? Whoa, hold up. What you got playing for Switch? Hold up. Tell us, man, because we need to know this stuff, man. So a lot of people, man, are speculating on, is it the Pocket Edition that they're talking about that's coming to Switch? I'm looking at it like, no. It's not the Pocket Edition. Sorry, sir. It's not the Pocket Edition. And I'm not gonna say it's not the Pocket Edition because it could round up being that, but I don't want it to be. So in denial. Call it in denial. So yeah, but it just amazed me that just a couple of months ago we had these guys talking about, oh yeah, man, we can't get this game running on the Switch, and all this crap, man, about the Switch. It amazed me how out of nowhere they have found a way to get the game running on Switch. I don't know if it's the full game, or is it going to be a watered down experience with the full game, or is it going to be the Pocket Edition? It's all up in the air, and I'm glad that Square Enix is, still keeping up with the Switch. Is like their support for the Switch. It has surprised me. But if they really bring over Final Fantasy 15, it will be basically a Switch owner's wet dream to say. And I am happy to hear that they do have something in the works for Switch owners, something that Switch owners can get down to, man. Because I think it's not fair that everybody else get to experience Final Fantasy 15 and not Switch owners. It's kind of cool that they're even considering the Switch at all. It's not every day that you hear like a company bringing over like Final Fantasy, and it amazed me because everybody was saying the Switch it's this weak console, and I get that. It's not as powerful as PlayStation or Xbox One, even though I do love the Switch for what it is. It's got a great concept going for it, and I can totally understand why it's not as powerful, but I truly do want this to happen. I truly do want Final Fantasy 15 to come to the Switch, and the thing I've seen, like, I was hoping if they do bring it over, I was hoping like they don't downgrade the graphics and just make it look like a cluttered mess or a muddy mess. I was hoping that they like do something unique with the game, so it'll look, you know, and play and feel like Final Fantasy 15. And something I had in mind, the idea that I thought of was it had having an art style similar to not Final Fantasy, but Breath of the Wild. And I was like, I don't want to share this idea because I thought it sounded stupid myself. But I said it can work. I mean, they are doing a chibi, chobo, whatever, how you ever pronounce it, version of Final Fantasy on phones. Why not do a cel-shaded version instead on Switch? You know, this way you don't have to really compromise nothing much, but you're giving it a unique look and feel to the game, and you can still remain with the openness, but it's like it's a crazy idea at best, man. But it kind of gets me excited to see what's going on with Final Fantasy. And I'm stupid. I didn't think that would kill. I thought I would just move my reins, but that killed. But yeah, so I am happy to hear that Final Fantasy is coming to the Switch in some shape or form. I don't know if it's going to be the actual Final Fantasy game, if it's going to be the full game with like slightly altered graphics or so. But however they want to do it, however they want to slice it, I can't wait to see, man. It got me really excited, man. It's just such a big news, and it came out of nowhere. Like, who knew that Square Enix would say something like this? But let me move on, because with this game being announced for Switch, it goes into my next topic. And it's talking about the Switch's power. Ooh. Do we have to take it here? I think we should for the sake of it. We have to take it here. We gotta talk about it. Let's go on. Now, if you've been subbed to me for a long time, you know power is meaningless to me. Like, I don't care about power in video games at all. I just care about the fact that if a game is good or the game is bad. That's all I care about when it comes to games. Graphics really don't entice me to buy a game. It's the fact that it's the game run well and stabilized, and that's all that I care about when it comes to like stuff like Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know that sounds super lame, but it's the truth. That's what I think about when I'm playing video games, man. I'm really not caring about the flippity flops that's all in the GPU doing all that stuff. But talking about the Switch and running Final Fantasy got me inspired by the idea of this topic, and it also got me inspired that some of the community is even talking about this as well. They're saying, hey, look, man, if the Switch get Final Fantasy 15, it's going to be the Pocket Edition, that watered down experience that the phone people are getting. And I don't want to argue against it because it's a major possibility, but I don't want to say that it's no true or nothing like that, because it's a possibility that the Switch can run Final Fantasy 15 if the game was altered and like for, you know, power's sake. Like, I honestly get it. It's like, if the game's graphics get altered, I get it. I get it. The game is super powerful. It's taking up a lot of power out of the system. Like, look at the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Even though they got the game, they still can't barely run it. And let's be honest, it's true, because we have seen it in action. We're not about to lose this special stage, not really. But I really do want to see what can they do with the Switch power. People just gotta realize that the Switch is not as weak as you think. People are thinking that the Switch is below PlayStation 3. No, that's literally what they're thinking. They're thinking that the Switch is below PlayStation 3, and it's not. If you actually want to be honest with you, the Wii U, even though it was up there to the standard, it was a little bit. It was wishy-washy with the Wii U. Nobody really knew how much the power was. We had people talking about, hey, the Wii U is more powerful than PlayStation 3. Wii U was under PlayStation 3. It was hard to tell what was in the Wii U because we never had no official specs leak or nothing like that, man. It's just we had to go off of instinct of saying, hey, look, this is what's in the hardware of the Wii U. It was hard to guess what the Wii U was. So with the Switch, we got more like of an idea because we know it's using Tegra-based processing, and with that, and plus it has like a GPU, like not GPU, but teraflop, 1 teraflop of data processing all that in the Switch. So it was kind of hard to tell what was really going on with the Wii U, but the Switch is a different ball game. So I can defend the Switch a little bit more than I can do the Wii U, and the Switch has showed me that, hey, look, the Switch can run more than it's capable of, what you think it's capable of, and it's not the Wii U. The Wii U couldn't do this. The Wii U couldn't run Unreal Engine 4, but the Switch can, and that's where I'm getting my data from, man. I messed up big time. But I was making an argument on Spawn Wave's channel, and I was making an argument on Twitter talking about the Switch power. I was saying, hey, the Wii U can overclock itself just to get Xenoblade Chronicles running on the Switch. Then why can't the not Xenoblade Chronicles run on the Switch, the Wii U? Then why can't the Switch overclock itself to get Final Fantasy running on it? So that was one of the major things that I was hearing from people left and right about. Like, the Switch was too weak to run these kind of games, and we forgot that the Switch is running a next gen engine. Can you excuse me for a minute? Shh, what?
How much did that jump get the dance game? Which one did I get her? 16? How much is the at Walmart?
40 something else.
I'm gonna go Amazon.
Excuse me, I got called away for a minute. But it just got me thinking about that so much, man. The Switch is not as powerful as the PlayStation 4, or not as strong as the Xbox One, but it's not weak either. That's what people gotta understand. That the Switch isn't weak, like everybody thinks. The Switch is just a little below the Xbox One, if I'm saying it correctly. It's just a little bit below the Xbox One. So that means if it's just a little bit below the Xbox One, then we can still reach Xbox One level graphics and stuff like that. And of course it's going to take a little compromise because, again, it's still not as powerful. It's just a little lower than the Xbox One. It still gives us a great hint at what the Switch can do. So I am happy about that, man. And I'm not a tech guy. I'm just trying to sit here and explain tech to you guys, man. I'm just not a graphics person that keeps track of this stuff. All I know is if a game can run, a game can run. I'm not into the heavy spectacle part of the game. So I just want to talk about that with the Switch power. The Switch isn't as, weak as people has been speculating. And I had to bring up this point because it's a silly argument to keep on trying to underplay a console when you know that it's up there with current gen consoles. Nintendo knew that they had to get up there with current gen consoles in order to get those type of games on their system. So they said, hey, look, we can still be a weaker console. We just got to get up there with the with current gen games. And Nintendo knew this, and that's what they played this. That's what they played to when they made the Switch, man. That was their plan with the Switch. Yes, Nintendo could have done a lot better and just gave us Tegra X2, and it would have been a different ball game. But I'm glad that Nintendo at least got up there just enough just to get the games that they. And I'm glad that companies are starting to utilize, the Switch, and it's better for everybody. And I hope that more companies take note of what the Switch is capable of and utilize it to its fullest. Now, I'm not trying to say like run the Switch and make it blow up or anything, but I'm talking about let the Switch do what it can do. You know, use it to the best of its abilities. So, we already covered a lot of stuff already in a short amount of time. Even though I kind of stumbled on all the Gamescom stuff, and we still got stuff to talk about on Gamescom because today they actually talked about Rocket League today on Switch. Yes, Rocket League getting some new DLC, not DLC content because the game's not even out yet, but new content, exclusive cars. We got the Samus card and Mario, and everybody is going nuts over that Samus car because that thing is sexy. I ain't gonna lie, it's a sexy car. And then the Mario car, oh my god, it's just, I expected whatever Mario theme car to do, they're gonna try to model it after Mario. Mario design, it's kind of plain to me. It's just the it's just plain, and it just doesn't look, you know, as, how can I say, awesome. But Samus though, they really like, when they thought about the Samus car and how it would work and look, they really put some love into that thing, man. I mean, I thought it was a Lamborghini at first, but it is a beautiful car for Rocket League. I said the guy that Sonic is, that's the name of it, the company. I don't play on Rocket League. They put a lot of love into that to the concept, what they bring to Switch. And I'm glad that Nintendo is getting some, you know, some exclusive content, just like the other consoles got, man. I mean, with Xbox One, when they brought the game over, they got Gears of War and Halo themed cars. So why can't Nintendo get some of that love too, you know? So I'm glad that Fix Sonic is making a great port of Rocket League. I keep forgetting the name of the game. I don't play Rocket League. Do I have intentions to pick it up on Switch? Maybe. My cousin Malik, he's way into it more than I am, and he knows how to play it better than me. So there you go. So I may get that crazy nut job to teach me how to play that game. So I don't know. So last thing I want to talk about is Sonic Forces. Oh, okay, Sonic Forces got some news today, and you know it's kind of expected. I knew once they got rid of once they pushed I said Sonic Forces, once they got rid of Sonic. I mean, once they got done with Sonic Mania, I knew they was going to start pushing Sonic Forces a little bit more, which I'm happy about that because that means more content for Sonic Forces we didn't know about. So Famitsu had a whole article on Sonic Forces, and may I just say, Sonic Forces is starting to look like a Sonic fan's 3D Sonic game. It's kind of cool that to know that Sonic Forces will have a full 3D stages, a nice mix between 2.5D and 3D stages, and the game is getting a tag team mode, so you can play as your avatar and Sonic and stuff like that. It's kind of cool to know this stuff because because Sonic Forces wasn't looking all that appealing to everybody, but you know I'm a Sonic nut job, so you know I'm gonna love playing Sonic Forces. So with that, the game is starting to shape up with more content than I thought. So it's 4 players instead of the 3 that we knew about. You got tag team, you got custom hero, you got classic Sonic. This is making me all gritty inside because I'm a classic Sonic fan and a modern Sonic fan, and I love the fact that they're still focusing on 3D games because I don't want them to give up on 3D games. I understand that the 3D games have been a hit and miss with Sega, but oh my god, I played. But I can't wait to see more of Sonic Forces in action. Also, they also teased off a brand new stage for the game, which I really want to see how it looks. It was in an article. It's like another city level. It looked like another city level of the game, man, and you just gotta love it, man. Sonic Forces is shaping up to be good, and I really want to know more of the story, man, more than anything, man. So it was around that time, Sonic team and Sega start Forces. Sonic Mania is done with. Everybody's playing it, loving it. It's getting great reviews. It's time for Sonic Forces, and I think this new bunch of details that came from Famitsu, it was a good way to start off the hype train for the game, because how do you come off something like Sonic Mania? But it's one of the things that I'm looking forward to this holiday season, and man, I cannot wait for Sonic Forces. It's been on my radar since it was initially announced, because it took me by surprise that how Sega is doing this thing, the story behind this game. It's been a wild ride, and it's been on the back end of Sega fans. In back of the Sega fans and thoughts, is this game going to be good? Is this game going to be average? Is this game going to be nothing but DeviantArt? But I'm glad that Sega is trying to appeal to both fan bases at the same time with both games. And I'm looking forward to more Sonic Forces news. This Famitsu stuff, it's getting me all jittery inside, man, because I love Sonic, and with this new information, I want to see the tag team in action. I always thought about, man, Sega would bring back the Sonic Heroes type stuff in some way, shape, or form, and here they are doing it with your original character and Sonic. Hopefully you can do it with Classic Sonic too, and not just Modern Sonic, even though it's his game, not Classic Sonic. Crap, I hate this place. Crap. Look, I play terrible with Knuckles, alright? Don't judge me, alright? Me and Knuckles don't get along that well. I know. But again, I love Sonic Forces. I love the way things are shaping up for the game, and look out for more news in the upcoming weeks. So if there's anything else I want to talk about before, oh yeah, I've almost forgotten this topic too. Today, Ubisoft announced that Mario and Rabbids are getting a season pass. I can't say I wasn't surprised, but it's Ubisoft. And they all did it, and they did it while praising the Switch 2. I don't know what the Switch did to make Ubisoft so happy, or the fact that they see a lot of money coming from Mario and Rabbids, but I'm still wishy-washy on the game myself, man, because it's the Rabbids. Who really like the Rabbids that much? But I'm also wanting because it's Mario, and I'm really a big fan of Mario, and I really want to play this game, man. But I never played XCOM, so I'm gonna go into this game with like a blank mind. So I really want to see where Ubisoft is really gonna go with this game. Once this game come out, it's probably gonna be one of the first games I ever buy for the Switch, and I don't know. Should I get the season pass? It's gonna be filled with a whole lot of story stuff and stuff you expect to be in the game. Basically, like new maps. I don't know about characters and stuff, but that's what's all coming in the special that's not special, the season pass and stuff like that. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about, unless I'm really forgetting something. But yeah, the Final Fantasy stuff. The reason why I took the longest on that because I really wanted to get that out of the way, and I knew that was such a big news story of the week. Like, oh man, is Final Fantasy coming to Switch? Man, that was like the biggest news that all Nintendo fans was not expecting. So I really wanted to get that out of the way. This was really what this talk and play was supposed to be about. The Final Fantasy stuff, man. But I couldn't just ignore everything else because Final Fantasy came up, man. I really did want to talk about Gamescom, but I had more to say about the Final Fantasy stuff than I did anything else. So it worked out. It worked out. Jesus Christ, where am I going? Knuckles, Jesus Christ, where are we going, my boy? I'm sorry, I'm lost here. I get lost on this part every freaking time. So, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. If any more news come out from Gamescom, I'll try to cover it all. You know, it's just when big news come out, you gotta cover the big stuff first, or else. That Final Fantasy thing was big news. I didn't see coming, which I'm glad it was, and it was something that a lot of people ran with, you know. So, how do you think about that was place? I'll catch you guys later. I'm stuck. Deuces.